به أجمعين أما بعد. Today we have something on both sides of the board, but the first thing we want to do is deal with a nationwide, community-wide problem, and the reason why we've done it, we've dealt with it before, but the reason why we're doing it now is because we have Quranic evidence to show you for each, all right? And we added one to the problem. It was already there, but people didn't seem to have a problem with it. And that is, we say, Allahu Akbar, Allah forgive us for saying that. But, so we actually have 3 words that come into that category. We start over on the right, and they're not in alphabetical order. What I did was list them from the right to the left based on where it starts in the mouth. Okay. So this starts in the front of the mouth. This is kabara, khabara, khobara. Kabara, khabara, khobara. Ka. Everybody say that. Ka. That's that first letter. And of course, this one and this one is the one that gets intermingled. And so we decided we'd just show you the other one that's in between there, because there's quite a bit of difference, especially between the kabara and the khabara. But they all 3 are used in the Quran. So we figured if we could give you the Quranic reference, then you wouldn't have to remember what I said. You can go and look for yourself and hopefully in time get it straightened out. Of course, I was listening to, I'd heard it before, but I was listening to Imam Mohammed's talk this morning that they played this morning, and he told us to stop worrying about trying to get 100%, But I like 100%. But I know I'm not going to, we'll never get everybody right, but if we can get it so that at least those who have it right understand why, and not just because somebody said it. So what we did was gave you an example where each one is found in the Quran. This root word, the root word is the key. Kabara means to grow big, to grow big. There's another form of it that you may find listed in some dictionaries, say kabura. Instead of kabar, be kabura. Same situation. The only thing is, it means if it's kabura, then it means to be great or to be large naturally. This is to grow big or to grow old. All right. This is a growing process here. You put the "u" on it, it's just naturally that way. All right. And then kabara, and I should have put those definitions up there, but kabara means to inform, or he informed. All right. And then khabara means to bury. So this one is only in the Quran one time. Only one time. More than one time for this root, but for the akwa, like, see, this is ak, ok, ok. So what I did was I made a different color here so you could see, because this is what's called a prefix. This is a prefix, and then this is a suffix. So I wanted you to see the form that it's coming from. It's coming from akbara. And akbara is only in the Quran. Now there's kabara is in the Quran more than one time, but akbara, that particular form is only in the Quran one time. And of course, we didn't try to count all of the times for kabara and kabara, but for akbara, we gave you an ayat, the 2nd chapter, the 217th verse, and it's this other number out here is telling you which word it is in the verse. If you count from right to left, then it would be the 22nd word in the ayat. All right. In this ayat, which is this 217th chapter. All right. Okay. Now, I put on my paper, I got a lot of places where akbara was used, but I just put one of them on the map. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then I said, and more, because there was some more. But this is in the Quran a lot of time, but if you have one place, and then if you learn how to use your app, because that's how I wouldn't have been able to have all this up here like this, not this quick, if I hadn't had that app, So the app it gives it to you right away. So when you for instance, when you go to find any form of this word in the Quran one time, then it'll take and show you all of them, all of them. Same thing here. Find one form, and it will show you all of them. Now remember what I'm saying here, though, is what I wrote on the board. It's not dealing with the whole root word. It's only dealing with this form where you have the prefix a and the sukoon on the first letter of the root word. Ak, ok. Ak, ok. Ak, ok. All right. So that's what we're dealing with. So this is akbaru, akhbaru, okbaru. All right. Okay. All right. Any questions on this? These two have attributes coming from them. I'm pretty sure there's no attribute for Kabir. No attribute for Kabara. Let me just double check. I can do it right quick just to make sure there's no attribute. You know what I mean by attribute? The 99 attributes. And by the way, the 99 attributes are not all of the attributes of Allah. That's just 99 that we recite, okay? Because even the attribute Akbar is an attribute, but it's not listed in the 99. But Mutakabbir is coming from the same attribute. So what does I say I'm going to do? I'm going to check Kabara to see if that was an attribute. So I know where to go right away to get to it. 102. That's the quickest way to get to it. I got 112, 102. Excuse me. All right. 102. الحاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر مقابر. So now I'm just going to check. I have you just touch a couple of times. It'll give me more information. I want more information than that. That just says graves. And no, so I only got 4 times. It's only that particular form. This word right here only has derivatives in 8 different places in the Quran. See how smart I am? Just that quick. All right. Didn't know whether or not I had attribute, and all of a sudden I can tell you how many times it is in the Quran altogether. So there are only 8 times for the whole attribute. All right. Okay. So no, we don't have the attribute. Don't have the 8 times for the whole root word. So we do not have akbar, attribute, because when you put L in front of it, it's used to refer to the graves. El kubur is graves. El kubur, okay? So your attributes, all of them except 2, the 99 attributes, all of them except 2 have L in front of them. Okay? The 2 that do not have L in front of them, one of them, well, they have L in them, but not at the beginning. For instance, Zul Jalal wal Ikram and Malikul Mulk. Both of them have L in them, but they don't begin with L. Okay, Zul Jalal wal Ikram, that's El Ikram, and then Malikul Mulk. Okay, all right. I want to quickly show you the 2 attributes that we have. Well, more than 2. Well, yeah, there's more than 2 places it should say in the Quran. We have this attribute coming from this root word. And I'm doing this so that you can kind of see how this is going to be and see if you can find it in here when I write. This is the attribute. El Mu, ta, keb, bir. Brother just committed me on my writing and now I'm messing up. Mu, ta, keb, bir. Okay. The attributes, the last letter has Dhamma on it because it is in the nominative case. Okay. Then I'm going to give you the attributes for this one. El Habib. But I want to show, there's something special I want to show you. All right. Now look at these. El Khabir. This is Mutakabbir. Here's your root letters right here. Ka, ba, ra. Ha, ba, ra. So this one has two prefixes. The mu, the ta, and then kabbir. Now the kabbir, that's something to notice also. Because this means that we, with this root word, we are putting a shadda on it. And you put a shadda on that, and on the middle letter of the root word, who knows what that means? You put a shadda on the middle letter of the root word. Anybody remember that? You double the middle letter in the root word. Thank you. Who said it? That's right. That intensifies. Now, we explained a little bit better than that. That's what they have in the book, said intensified. What do we mean intensified? Mean it gives it more energy. They're referring to the intensification in the pronunciation. Kabbir, so it's intensification. But the intensification really means that there's more energy in that word. I mean, if this means to grow big, this means to grow big with more energy. And that energy can be in either one or two things, or it can be a combination of the two. It can be intensive energy right now, or it can be extensive energy over a long period of time or by a lot of people. So since this is an attribute of Allah, this is not by a lot of people, is it? And the mu is referring to Allah. He's the person. And the tab means it's for himself. So what is he doing? He's making himself big. He makes it. We can't make him big, even though we say Allahu Akbar, but that doesn't change anything for Allah. What we say and do doesn't change anything. But Allah makes himself big. I heard somebody talk about the new things that they are finding in creation.
That's one of them.
Yes.
That's one of them. Is that for many, many years in the education, we thought the universe was slowing down.
Yes.
There was a big bang, and it reached its crescendo, and it's slowing down. They said it is increasing in the.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Give you a definition, and you'll be quoting them exactly. Yeah. It's increasing in intensity, speed, vigor, and everything.
Right. So I'm saying this to you because. You look at the list of attributes, and they have a definition now, and that helps some. But when you understand what is actually involved in this, for instance, we don't have them on the board. We're not going to put them on the board right now. But you have to have two little words that come from the root word ghafara. Ghafara means to forgive, or he forgave. We have El Ghafur and El Ghaffar. El Ghafur and El Ghaffar. Both of them have a shadda on the middle letter. This is having to do with forgiveness. So if Allah is forgiving, when is he forgiving? He's the forgiving, and he's forgiving over all of his creation, expanded, and over all time in his creation. You see how much more understanding you have of the forgiveness of Allah than just, like, oh, I'm sorry, like we tell each other, oh, I'm sorry, don't worry about it. No, Allah's forgiveness is wide. That's the significance of the intensification, brother. All right. But he got his straight out the book. And that's what it says in the book, brother. Intensification. Huh? Okay. All right. Now. Okay. I got that. Okay. So now, anybody have any more questions about the way we should look at the attributes? It's all right. To look at one or two word definition, but we really want to really understand. We want to go to that root word and then see what has been done to that root word to change that meaning, because there's, even though like Gothara and Gafur and Gafar, there's some difference in that type of forgiveness there, okay? So because the different what we call infix in that particular, the and Gafar and Gafur, two different infix. That's where the infix, anything is coming between the first and second root letter or the second and third root letter, then those are called infixes. And so what is put in between there, whether it's a or oo or e, it can be a, oo, or e. Makes a difference. Okay? All right. Any questions on this before we run to the other side right quick?
Is that mutakabir?
Mu, did I? Mu, yeah, muta, kabir. Mutakabir. Yes.
What's the root in there?
The mu, right here, mu.
Okay.
Not moot, mu.
No, that's not the word.
Huh? Oh, what you asking is the root? No, here's the root word here. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Thank you. I didn't understand. No, the root word is kabara. The mu is a prefix and the ta is a prefix.
Oh yeah.
See, you can have more than one prefix. So the mu is a prefix identifying the doer. The ta is used to indicate that the doer, whatever the doer is doing, is coming back to himself. We talked about this a long time when we talked about Sirat al-Mustaqim. The mu is the person. The sin means that's on the sin. The sin letter, that's the abbreviation of Salfa, meaning that it's ongoing process. And the tab means that it's coming back to the person who's doing it. And what is he doing? He's straightening. So the person, what we call the Sirat al-Mustaqim is the path where people are working on straightening themselves out. You see, so it's more than just straight like this. It's a process that's going on, and the one who's doing it benefits from it. Okay? I know y'all heard that before. Allah said, whatever good you do is for your own soul, right? All right. Any other questions or comment before we flip this board right quick? All right.
That's the definition of infix.
Fine.
The definition of infix.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Definition of infix of
Infix. Infix. I-N. In means it's fixed in the middle of the root word. Yeah, that's the best way to fix it. It's fixed either in between the first and second root letter or the second and third root letter. It can be either one of those will be infixed. If it comes before the first root letter, then it's a prefix. And of course, if it comes after the last root letter, then it's a suffix. And we have prefixes and suffixes in English, but we don't know anything about infixes in English. So that's the new something. Yes, sir. Pardon?
You have one on the board, you can show it.
Oh yeah. Here's the infix right here. Kabir. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And do I have another one? That was the only one, right? Yeah, that's the only one that we have up here right now. It's in Kabir, which is the all-informed. I mean, he knows everything. All right, but it's from a different perspective. From Al-Alim is all-knowing also. Okay, but Kabir is getting information. Al-Alim is just straight up knowing it. All right, any other questions on what we've put on this side of the board? Otherwise, we're going to go to something else right quick. Still got, the clock is being good to me today, maybe because I'm not taking as much time. I was taking some time to do something, and it dawned on me that this was, you need to have a little something to say, because this is Hajj. You know, our believers, many of them on Hajj. Some of us have been already. Some of us maybe have not, but have the intention to do so. And when you go on Hajj, you have a chant that you make, right? Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. And that sticks with me because I've been on Hajj, but also because I noticed the bus driver that I was with was coming from when we were coming from Medina to Mecca. I think that's about 300 miles. I think it's close to right around 300 miles. And of course, we're chanting all the way there. And he was a me. He was Agin Mohammed. He just kept trying to correct it. And the people, and I was trying too, but they weren't here. You know what they were saying? Lebek. Lebek. It's lebek. So that intensity, they were missing the intensity. Lebek Allahumma. They would just say lebek. Lebek Allah. And he'd drive for a while and he lebek. And I would hear him, and I'm trying to help too, brother. But most of them, they never did because they were so enchanted with what they were saying. But anyway, that particular chant is where we are saying that here I am, O Allah, at your service. And I was thinking about that, and I said, well, not only is that a chant for Hajj, but it's good to have confirmation of Sunnah and other things Quranically. And Allah says to us in the Quran, it's not just in there, He tells us to say it. Kul. That's what we have on the board here. Kul. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. Say, this is what we're supposed to say. Surely my prayer and my sacrifice, my living and my dying, or my life and my death, are for Allah, the Lord of all systems of knowledge. Now that's the sixth chapter. The sixth chapter and the 162nd verse. The sixth chapter, the 162nd verse. Because that's a good, I try to say it every day. That's how I start my day off. I start my day off by first saying, this is before prayer. Start off with prayer, of course, but this is before prayer. So as soon as Allah blesses me to wake up, I don't say as soon as I wake up, because Allah wakes me up. You say, well, you had your alarm on the year, but Allah let me hear it. So as soon as Allah wakes me up, I say, Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'da ma maytana. All praise is due to Allah who has given us life after our death, or after this our death. And then I say, Kul inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyana wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. Surely say, in other words, Allah gives us that command, Kul, say, surely my prayer and my sacrifice and my life and my death is for Allah, the guardian evolver, the cherisher and sustainer of all systems of knowledge. Now, of course, we know we didn't know all that at first. We just knew Lord of all the worlds. But Imam Muhammad has blessed us we were blessed through Imam Muhammad to get a better understanding of that. Anyone have any problems, not say problem, having maybe a little shallowness in your understanding that Rabbil Alamin, why he explained to us that it was all systems of knowledge. The Rabb is the guardian evolver. And Alamin, which they translate, and rightly so, they translate it as worlds. All right? And that's a good translation. But if you have a world, how did it get there? There was systematic knowledge that brought that world about. So, and Allah is the guardian evolver and cherisher sustainer of all that knowledge. So even before it was a world, He had put this system together itself in order for the world to be. Now, of course, we can't time it because we don't have that kind of a watch or a clock, even with our smart watches now. we can't get that. We can't get that good. You know that that even the timing system that we use is not perfect, don't you? And but the best demonstration of it is in the Western, what they call a Gregorian calendar. The way the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to put it, he used to say that the day was not 24 hours. He said it was 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 46 seconds. Come on, scientists, get your coffee and your toast out now. All right. That's science. Yes, it was 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 46 seconds. Now, I don't remember those numbers on calendar. Some brother had actually gone through and figured out, told you exactly what the difference is. Yes, sir.
Can I say,
Yes.
this morning, my wife and I was just having a conversation on the wisdom of Farad giving African Americans that detailed knowledge of the weight of the earth, the distance from the moon, weight of the planet,
the
sun,
actual facts.
All those actual facts. And because we said, you know, how husband and wife doing that, you know, because we quick to think we know something, and to walk away before we know really what's going on.
Right.
So if you fill their heads with all of these actual facts, and the black man already think he know everything. Now
He really knows everything.
So what you have done was reverse that process. You put that process in check.
Right.
With him thinking he know everything.
But do you know one thing that even the scientists, even the bean soup scientists missed in all of that? And Imam Mohammed had to show it to. I missed it too. And he said, you know, we're listing all that, the square inches of the earth and all that. That was called what? Actual facts. He said he was telling you something there. Now that's actual facts. Some of this stuff ain't facts. You know, these are actual facts here. But now I didn't tell you that Yaqub was actual facts.
He was dealing with our problem.
Yeah.
Our internal problem.
Yeah.
Our internal problem that we think we know something. No, we're talking to a doctor or a scholar. But before he finished, we done cut him off because we think we know everything.
Yeah.
You know, he don't even get to finish.
All right. Well, so anyway, we thought we would share that with you, and maybe you might want to, if you're not doing it already, because it's been in the Quran all the time. With things that I find benefit me, I like to share it. You know, that's what a Muslim's supposed to do. He says the Muslim wants for his brother what he wants for himself. He says, first of all, you'll never be a Muslim until you love each other. And you won't love each other until you want for your brother what you want for yourself. All right. Any questions or comments about our little presentation here today? You can wind up. Yes, sir.
You touched on one thing. I thought you were going to get to it, but that's the part of the wisdom so much. In the Prophet Muhammad establishing the lunar calendar.
Oh yeah, I didn't
We
finish.
track our celebrations, everything.
Yeah.
To follow the moon, not the sun.
Yeah, but the part that I didn't finish that. The part that I really wanted to emphasize was that the Gregorian calendar shows up that they know they don't have the exact track, but they want that calendar to fit the seasons. So what they do is they throw in a extra day every 4 years, and they try to keep it balanced out so that Christmas won't be coming in when the sun is hottest, like in July and August. And it would rotate throughout the season. So the wisdom of the lunar calendar is that Allah says that we are to fast during the month of fast during the month of Ramadan, but to make sure that the fasting is equitable for all of His creatures all over the earth. You'll fast. If you fast for 33 years, you will fast it through every season, all the seasons, all right? Because every 33 years, you're back where you were, okay? But if we were fast, huh? 33.
That's 33.
It's 33.
It's
It's 33 in a fraction.
when you first started fasting.
It's 33 in a fraction. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to say that's the likely time of year.
And
Thank you. Yeah, that's
we're
it.
way past 33.
Yeah, we passed the
We
33.
in the 40s.
Yeah. So.
And what the Rabbi Alameen, what I like about it is that the curiosity. So now you don't just look past things, you would look at something like a blade of grass or this rock is, why is it different from this rock, or a flavor or a taste. Everything has its own system of knowledge.
Yeah.
There's a science
It's a science,
behind it.
every bit of
And
it.
the deeper you look, the more you're going to uncover.
That's right.
And that's what I love.
That's
about
right.
it. That
And when you get
and you don't discover nothing.
That's
There's a
right.
lie of the Lord over it.
That's right. He revealed it to you, if he wills. And when you get through with all that you got, there's still some more behind that.
And you can say, alhamdulillah, you don't get big head.
That's right. That's right. That keep you keep your head on straight. That's right. Yes, indeed. Any other questions or comments? All right. Well, we thank you, and we stayed within our time. I had another little page here, but I figured it was. I think I had talked to you. But Did I talk to you about the greeting?
At one time.
Yeah.
No. The Assalamu alaikum, the greeting. Okay. I think I get confused sometimes on whether or not I talked to you about it or whether I just did it on the Lifeline. So.
You did it here a couple of years ago.
Okay. Well, if I did it a couple of years ago, then I didn't know this. All right. So what I'm about to share with you now. You know, there's ayat in the Quran that tells us that when you are given a greeting, you're to return it with an equal or better greeting. Matter of fact, that's the 4th chapter and the 86th verse. 4th chapter and the 86th verse. وَإِذَا حُيِّيتُمْ بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَسِيبٌ. The word for greeting here that they translate, you'll miss this. Looking at the translation, you're going to miss this. That's why I wanted to share. We're going to miss this. It says, "Either huyitum." That's what is translated as greeting. Huyitum. Huh? You got it?
Another word. Yeah, life.
That's right, life. They got life. So the greeting is giving life, spiritual life. You know how much better you feel when somebody greets you than you do first. And this happens. I know where I did it. I know where I missed. I did it at Juma. That's where it was. I did it at Juma. I knew I had talked about it before at Juma because I was right in here. I did it. You know, matter of fact, I don't see anybody in this assembly here, but it has happened at this particular location. Say, Assalamu alaikum. No, not all that. Even the attitude, the way, didn't even pronounce it all and like, get out of my way. You know, move. The greeting should not only be better, equal or better words, but the attitude should be there also because it has to do with spiritual life. I remember Brother Hassan Sharif told me this one day, and he said the Imam said it, but I took it for serious because I was walking up there over at the Ephraim Baha Center. Over on, this is way back, over the next street over from Stone Island, whatever that street is. And so I came up, and he and a couple of other brothers, and so while I was saying Assalamu alaikum, shaking his hand, I was also saying, and he held my hand. And he said, "Brother, the Imam say that you should look at your brother when you're greeting him." Now, maybe that's what he felt. That wasn't what I meant, but meaning that I don't have your attention. I'm shaking your hand. I don't have your attention. That was your cousin that did that. All right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's how it sounds. That's how it sounds.
I'm going to bite my tongue now. I was going to say something.
Yeah, but I mean that was good advice. That he may have said some other things that weren't so good, but that was good. Okay. Any other?
I'm going to say what I was
Yeah.
I wanted to say that when you had mentioned that person that said something like that,
Yeah.
that's a spirit.
Yeah.
When a person is close to you, your brother, like a lot of countries you see may have had great civilization for many years. They have a civil war come, and the country is never the same country ever again.
Mm-hmm.
We experienced something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we had people that were very, very close to us, some of my family members. They, and not my cousin in particular, I'm just thinking just in general, that some people had a problem with Imam Mohammed, and those of us that were loyal to him and stayed loyal, that they were disappointed with him. So they don't condemn you outright, they can change the just the emphasis on a word or a spirit. They say, "Oh yeah, how's Imam Agin?" And "Oh, Imam Agin," you know. They'll say it in a way where it makes you think he ain't the good brother you are.
Right, right.
And so they've been tearing out our behinds for many
That's
years.
all.
We have a common enemy, and not just black folks. Members in this association have a common enemy, and we love them, and we do the best we can.
Yes, again,
I thank you, Imam Agin, for trying to help us with that enemy, but that enemy ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
No, but at least we can try. That's all. You know, all we can do is try. You know, so yes, sir.
Surah and ayat, please.
For the greeting,
Yeah.
4th chapter, 86 verse. 4th chapter, 86 verse. And that as a matter of fact, the hay is in there 3 times. The greeting is because you're supposed to give it back with an equal, and the 3 is each time that they translated for greeting is actually hay. And that, in case anybody's missing, because he said that's the same hayy and hayy ala salah. You know, when we said when the imam taught us on there, it says hayy. That don't mean you go. Oh yeah, it's time for prayer. No, hayy, you step it up. That's like I remember him when he gave us that talk. He said he could see them Sudanese. They tall. He said the Sudanese are tall. See them make a long step to get to prayer. Did I didn't finish taking. I was trying to take this off. All right. So, but yes. That was, so thank you for getting me back to that. Yes, sir.
Give us a good translation for not just live, but
well,
it's a method in how you.
It's both the words, and the attitude, because it has to be. Because we know that this particular use of a hayy is not referring to breath of life. So it has to do with the spiritual life. So, and I can say the same words to you that you say to me, but say it with such an attitude until you're like, man, I wish I hadn't even seen it. Yes, sir.
I'm compelled to share on the greetings. Assalamu alaikum. The Imam said it's like plural, so as if you are addressing that person as if he's a diplomat.
Yeah.
And you're also saying to him that you have an obligation to keep the peace.
Yes. Yes.
That's part of the greeting.
Yes. Well,
They didn't have a police force.
Yeah.
Each one of us was the police. I mean,
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad was on the scene.
yes.
So y'all might have said that before, but for the benefit of those who don't know, but that was
No, we didn't say that today because you're dealing with the words in the greeting, which is correct. You know, the words in the greeting, the kum means plural, whereas ka would mean one, kumad would mean 2, kum is plural. So that part is right. And then alaykum means it's on you. So it is definitely misunderstanding to say peace be unto you. No, it's on you. You're obligated. That's the obligation. If something's on you, my clothes on me, I'm obligated to do something. I got to wear them and or take them off from time. I just wear them until they fall off, but I got to do something with them.
And for a person whose spirit might be down, and which most people don't notice that we're social, and you don't realize that you're not living as happy as you could until you see somebody you know.
Right.
Then you see somebody you know, and they wishing you peace and reminding you of your obligation. Right. It breathes life back into you.
Right.
You become alive.
Right.
And you become spirit. And Imam Muhammad used to say, "Come lively."
Lively. That's right. Come lively.
Say lively.
Yeah, lively. Yes.
And when a person wishes you peace, you should come alive.
And not only that greeting should be lively also. Yeah. Yeah, the greeting should be lively too. That attitude. All right. Any other questions or comments? If not, ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وقنا عذاب النار. All right. Assalamu alaikum.